Welcome. um, my office here is a little messy. But anyway, welcome, guys. I wanted to just talk a little bit today about something that came up. And, you know, so this is something that just hot off of the press. And I thought it was interesting. And so I wanted to share it with you guys with regards to Google Cloud. Something really big happened. Wanted to share with you guys. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. As you come on in, just say hi, say where you're from, and say hello, and greet one another. Um, but this is one segment of It's About to Go Dark, Internet Edition, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Google Cloud and what happened and why it's important. And so there's a lot of stuff that's actually going on and happening in our world. But go ahead, share. Take this time to just go ahead and share this video. Share this video to your family, your friends, whomever you'd like to see this video. It's going to be pretty interesting, I think. And but go ahead and share it so that other folks can, could see what you're seeing here today. Go ahead and share. Okay, I'm just making sure that I share it myself as well. So, all right. So, so guys, today a lot of things happened. Of course, we know that you know Klaus Schwab of the Global Economic Forum had made mention of some of the things that he believes is going to come up in the near future. For example, he believes that there's going to be a threat to the internet, and so that's something that he believes that we should pay attention and look out for, is that threat to the to the internet. And mind you, the one of the threats that they thought of years before it happened was the coronavirus, right? So that was something also that they said was a threat and that we should pay attention to. And sure enough, the threat that they talked about happening obviously happened, and they also had lots of they were talking about, there's lots of things that they did in preparation of the coronavirus. Like they had simulations of what it would look like if something like that was supposed to happen. And of course, so they knew way beforehand that the whole scamdemic was going to happen, because it was planned, it was pre-planned. All right. So Klaus Schwab, a few months back during Davos, was talking about, this was back in, I think it was in either 2019 or 2020. He was talking about, that there was going to be a threat to the internet. And basically, that's the next big thing that we have to pay attention to. And so, sure enough, I knew that we were going to see some things happen, some things that we depend on so much. I knew that these things are going to someday completely crash, and some of them have crashed. For example, last month Facebook crashed for about 5 to 6 hours, which was just unheard of. And even prior to that, there were some huge websites like Amazon and many big banks and so forth that crashed about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was crashed for a few hours as well. Now today, some of you may have known and realized that because a lot of services were interrupted. Now, some of you who are watching this might not have been, might not have recognized anything, because maybe you're not on Snapchat or Spotify, which is like huge. They are huge conglomerates of social media platforms, and a lot of young people use those platforms, to communicate with each other. And also along with, Snapchat, Spotify, there were a lot of other major websites like Etsy, Discord, um, and a lot, even, a website that I use for streaming, called StreamYard, was actually down as well. So when you go on the page, you will see, like a Google error, 404 errors on the page. So you could not have access to anything. So the reason why this is happening is many companies, big, huge companies, they use the Google Cloud platform to host their web pages, to host their websites. And so Google Cloud they're huge, they're a humongous company. And they're obviously, a lot of these websites and apps and so forth stopped working because there was a problem with Google Cloud. So folks, this is the danger of us putting all of our eggs into one basket, or us handing over all of our information to a huge conglomerate. That's why something like new emails, is something that would be very important in the future. Having a company that is conservative, that basically owns email servers and that can support the huge population of conservative Christians in America. And so, having secured, encrypted private emails on something that is in competition with a Gmail. Um, all of these things that many of us don't think about, but it's going to be very important in the future for us to communicate with each other, because these people these companies have AI technology, and the AI technology is able to go into people's emails and read information, and basically, take what they want and manipulate what they want as well. So it's a very scary time that we're living in. But what I see here, because Google is such a huge company, a huge conglomerate, a technology firm that typically knows how to work without having downtime. Do you know that banks are not supposed to have any downtime whatsoever? They're not supposed to have like anything over 5 minutes of downtime, but they had, because what happens is that it's projected that if a bank has 1 hour of downtime, they have lost X amount of billions of dollars within that 1 hour. And so if they have 2 hours or 3, 4 hours, the company can be bankrupt in 5 years or so. So there's some kind of a numbers scheme that they do, and it's pretty crazy. So then they're not allowed to have any downtime whatsoever. Now, a company like Google typically do not have downtime because they have backup plans, multiple. I mean, these guys, they give you backup, the ability to back up your phones. Okay, they have so many servers that you literally can back up your phone to the Google Cloud, or Apple, for example. You could back up your phone to the Apple, cloud as well, your iPhones. And so these guys, they don't have any reason to be down. Okay, so a lot of these things I'm telling you is it's simulations, it's pre-planned stuff, things that they are planning because they want to be in control, and they want to cripple the economy. They want to cripple everything so that people will be more dependent upon them and realize that the technology firms do have a lot of power. When Facebook went down just for 6 hours, do you know how many companies were affected by that? I'm talking about big billion dollar companies, because they use Facebook to advertise to people. And so I dealt with a lot of advertising companies, in my business. And, even while Facebook was down, and a lot of the advertising companies, they were scared, didn't know what was going on, because they have lots and lots of clients that are depending on that platform, and clients have paid them millions of dollars to advertise and to strategically buy ads for them on Facebook, on content like my content, for example. They would pay, companies would pay these ad firms, these ad tech firms, millions of dollars to place ads on people's, on influencers' sites or pages. And So it was a very scary moment for a lot of people, a lot of people. But here's the thing, we have to be mindful that we cannot put all of our eggs in one basket. We cannot allow or give all of our full trust to the big technology companies any longer. We have to figure out means and ways to do things differently in the coming months, because we cannot trust these people. We don't know what they're up to. We know it's not good. It's sinister. It always is. It's you look at the history of Facebook, and Facebook was in trouble because they were taking people's information and they were selling it to the highest bidder. Okay, they're taking all of your information, the pictures that they take in your house, the videos that they take from your house. If you ever wonder why is it that you just bought some pizza or whatever, you didn't say the word pizza, but you're walking around with your phone in your house, and your phone. And all of a sudden, you bought some pizza. It's in the Domino's box, and all of a sudden, you look on Facebook, and there's advertising for a pizza. Or you bought a new pair of shoes, and you didn't say anything about your shoes, and then all of a sudden, you go on to Facebook, and then all of a sudden, you see more shoes and advertising for shoes, because they realize that you bought shoes. How did they realize? It's because your camera. The camera's on your phone. It's recording you 24/7. So if I scan this room, Facebook and Instagram and all these different sites, they're scanning the room, and they're looking at all of the products that you have in the room. They're scanning them, and what they do is they then turn that around, sell that information to the highest bidder, and then they put advertising specifically to your account. Specifically, they sell it to your account because you were shopping for shoes, or you're shopping for pizza. And sometimes people are shopping for a credit card, and so you would see these ads that have credit cards. Hey, here's a new credit card for you. I've been offered black cards, and that's like, cards where they give you $100,000, which I'm not on the market for. But they want to give you things that they think either you need or you were looking at or were shopping for, right? So, guys. I just wanted to share this today. It's about to go dark, folks. I've never been in my whole life, except for, when I had that dream in January about, the darkness coming across the U.S. I have never been a person that would talk about the darkness, or talk about, the negative side of life, or, the dark side of life. I've never been that person. However, when COVID, hit the world, it opened up my eyes to a whole other side of life that, sometimes we want to be as much as a optimist, but and not be a pessimist. And I'm not a pessimist in any stretch. But what I like to do is I like to be an optimist, but show people how they should prepare if the worst happens, right? Because in this world, everything, my friends, is temporary in this life. Everything. Whether you buy a new car, you buy a new pair of shoes, and if you wear that shoes too much, I've got a nice pair of Cole Haan shoes. It's like white, off-white, and I really like it. It's very soft and nice. But I wore it too much when I first bought it, and I put them on. I didn't want to take them off because it's so soft and so nice, and now it's a problem. The softness and the niceness of it has worn out, and I've only had it for 3 months. So now I'm looking at possibly buying a new pair of the same brand, same kind, same color, simply because it's such a nice shoe. But everything has an expiry date on this earth, and so we have to strategically think, as to what we do, how we do it, how to live. Think about where we put our information, who we give it to, who we give power to in our life, right? Because every time you open up a Google Gmail account, you're giving power to Google, right? Every time you open up a Facebook account or a Snapchat, a Spotify account, you're giving power to these companies. And so you have to be mindful that you want to take the control back into your hands. In some way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form, you want to take the control back into your hands. And I know some of you guys are probably wondering, man, that's a good T-shirt. Fueled by faith and Fueled by Faith, Coffee, and Jesus. Well, I'm going to have some T-shirts coming pretty soon for Christmas, so that you guys can take it, and give it as gifts to your family, or buy some for yourself as well. I'll have some T-shirts pretty soon. Anyway, I thought I'd just come on here and share that with you really quick. I hope that this information was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. Do me a favor, just go ahead and hit the share button, share this video. Remember, tonight I'm going to be on here for Prophetic Midnight Prayer Hour, and that's at 11 p.m. And it's a wonderful time where we all get together, we fellowship, we have the word, and talk about things that are very relevant to us today. And we have many people join us every night, night after night. I know it's a little bit late for some, but if you're on the West Coast, it's even easier. But it's 11 p.m. And it's on my page. So join us for Prophetic Midnight Prayer Hour. Some of you who are still looking for exemption forms for the COVID shot, you can go onto my webpage, which is thehealingchurch.org, thehealingchurch.org, and you will be able to get a copy of the exemption forms. So that's thehealingchurch.org. I believe it's on here, right? Let me see if I can get it on here for you. Yeah. Okay, so thehealingchurch.org, and you can go on there, get it. And tonight I'm going to be talking about Mind Shift, the God Age. It's a new series, and we're going to just, I'm going to lay it all out for you tonight. Last night, if you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at it. It's a powerful series that I'm doing on the God Age that we just stepped into. So join me tonight at 11 p.m. for Prophetic Midnight Prayer Hour. Listen, love you guys, and I'll see you later on tonight for Prophetic Midnight Prayer Hour. So y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. All right? So stay blessed.